El video del tipo se titula "Nos falta mucho contenido en nuestra versión de los Ark". ¿A qué se refiere con nuestra versión de los Ark? Los Ark es un juego coreano y nosotros estamos jugando la versión norteamericana. A nuestra versión de los Ark le falta mucho contenido que en el coreano está y que en este no. Este título a mí me sorprende, ya que los Ark es uno de los pocos juegos que tiene mucho contenido en el endgame. Y él diciendo que le falta aún más me sorprende, ya que por ejemplo si lo comparamos con New World, ¿se acuerdan de New World que lo jugamos en directo y todo? New World cuando llegas al endgame literalmente no tiene contenido. Tiene un raid que es el raid que repites, el único raid que repite todos los días. Más de eso no tiene más nada, loco. Y también tiene el contenido que es defendiendo territorio, atacando territorio, el cual solamente lo juega 1% del player base, ya que un clan es el que va y solamente 50 gente son los invitados y la gente obviamente invita a la gente que ellos conocen. La mayoría de la gente no juega, ¿verdad? Vamos a reaccionar al video de Stup. Se titula "Nos falta mucho contenido de los Ark en nuestra versión". Vamos a ponerlo en español. Déjame ver. Traducción automática. Desafortunadamente hay poco contenido de calidad en español de los Ark, o al menos yo no lo conozco. Los canales, o tenemos que reaccionar a este tipo de contenido. ¿Qué me recomienda? ¿Que la vendo o me la quedo si ni sé usarla? Si tú no la usas en verdad y no la necesitas, véndela mejor, Andy, y aprovecha ahora que se van a vender rápido. ¿Qué es lo que iba a ver, Caquete? Llegaste justo a tiempo. Vamos a reaccionar a este video de los Ark, sobre todo el contenido que a nosotros nos falta. Mientras comemos. Pues me retiro. ¿A qué te refieres, Shogun?
I'm planning to do with Argos. If you don't know, they recently did a March reveal, and we're still waiting for the official roadmap where they announced that we're getting the Catan story. No one really cares about that. It is a good story, but no one really cares. And then Argos. Argos is the first official raid that we will have in the Western version. He wasn't the first raid ever created for Lost Ark, but he's the first official raid that we'll be getting, and it is an
en la historia de Punica tú peleas contra este boss, pero todavía no tenemos el raid, y nos hace falta ese raid.
And an Abyss dungeon where you have multiple lives. It's pretty cool. It was my first really cool experience in Lost Ark. I'm currently playing on Russia with the English translator on, because if I do it on Korea on stream, I'll get banned, and I don't want to get banned. So here we go. This is Argos. Entry level 1370 item level. That looks insane, especially if you're somebody that's just getting into tier 3. Okay, this is Mystic, by the way. This was the official first raid ever in Lost Ark in tier 1. Not in tier 1 anymore. But Argos is our first official raid here.
Mystic. So Mystic estaba en tier 1, pero ya no está en tier 1.
That we will...
Actualmente ya tiene una cuenta en Corea. Este contenido que él está viendo, lo está viendo desde su cuenta de Corea.
Potentially have a 1400 entry level
o el ruso,
Argos.
Uno de los dos.
This is just speculation, meaning that's even higher, but it'll be a uniformed entry level, because in Lost Ark and in Argos specifically, you enter at 1370 for phase 1, the first encounter. The second encounter is 1385. 1400 is the last encounter. Whereas in some of the other raids, like Volton, for example, the first Legion raid, it's 14.
Loco, qué épico se ve. Que literalmente el boss sale del frame del menú, loco. Qué épico se ve. Holy shit. Oye, eso me da a entender a mí que Baltan es un hijo de puta.
15 all the way through. Now, a lot of you are saying, well, what the hell? How am I supposed to get there in time? It makes no sense. And I would agree.
Literal?
It actually makes no sense. And on top of that, the director even said during his Crown interview on the little Twitch thing
that they're
planning to do Argos, and then 1 month later, Volton at 1415. Now, they know at Loa-On, they did a little presentation at Loa-On, and they know that Legion raids and the endgame raids is what hooks players in. Statistically, those who try those raids end up staying longer and enjoying their time.
Eso es lo que más me gusta a mí de los
raids. So they want you to experience these raids. So how are we going to get there? Well, I have a little notepad that I will pull out, and I will give you what I think is going to happen, what the options are, and what I'll be doing. Okay, here we go. Option 1, buff the welcome challenge. Okay, the welcome challenge is located in the top right corner of your screen. It goes to 1370. But we've seen in the
Eso da
past that
mucho
they've
material,
already buffed
mucho.
the welcome challenge based on how players were progressing. Smilegate does follow very closely the rate at which players are progressing their characters. They've done this in the past, and buffing the welcome challenge could be an option. The second option could be buffing the upgrade rates. Now, if you remember back,
Yo pensé que iban a hacer eso
stream,
en el
the day
anterior
it came out, actually,
actualización.
it was looking like they actually would give us the late post-nostalgia update where you get 100% success rates in tier 1 and tier 2. And in Korea currently, there's a 20% base success rate upgrade from levels, honing levels.
So en Corea se puede mejorar el equipo incluso mejor que aquí.
What we're getting now.
Nosotros necesitamos
right now,
eso.
for plus 15, it's 10%. It would be 30%. This is what we were supposed to get, and I was pretty excited about this because we would just be jumping all the way into tier 3 and making our tier 3 journey very easy. And in my opinion, this would have made complete sense with Argos being released so soon and Monton following that 1 month later. However, this is not what we're getting. We have currently, and this could be what we would see. However, I think this is unlikely because this would probably piss off a lot of people. I'm not gonna lie. This might piss off a lot of people.
Ok, entiendo lo que quiere decir. Él quiere decir que mucha gente se enojaría y son la gente que seguro subió ya a tier 3 y gastó muchos materiales porque era más difícil. So ahora si lo ponen más fácil, seguro esa gente va a estar enojado. Pero en mi opinión, a mí me da igual que lo suban para todo. Yo quiero que todo el mundo pueda experimentar este contenido que va a venir, ¿entiendes? Además, la gente que gastó mucho material para subir lo hizo porque ellos querían rushear el contenido, ir a todo, a tope, sin disfrutar la jornada, ¿entiendes? So, me da igual si esa gente se enoja. A mí me gustaría que aumenten los chances de upgradear el equipo, ya que en los ARC, incluso con 60% de success rate, o sea, de probabilidades de que aumente el equipo, aún con 60 falla. A mí me han fallado cosas con 90%. O sea, what the fuck?
People that push their characters and decided to try to get there early, and then now you're getting there easy. Exacto. And I know what some of you are saying.
Es lo que yo digo. Fuck
and maybe you're right.
Sí, fuck them.
They're probably doing RMT anyways. However, what's probably more likely and what I think is going to happen is there are a lot of sources of materials that are not in the game currently. We are missing so much. Adding in the extra material sources.
Exacto, Joven. 60-40 aquí.
Is what's most likely to happen. Let me show you what we are missing today.
Okay.
The first thing that we are missing is our heroic guardians.
Heroic Guardian.
Right? You guys already don't. This is my favorite heroic guardian.
Eso es lo que nosotros. Heroic Guardian.
We have our guardians. There's something called heroic guardians.
Yeah, what are those?
Heroic guardians are guardians that rotate on a weekly basis, and it's normalized guardians where you go back and you fight guardians at a normalized item level, ones that you may have done in the past. You can do this on one character on your roster per week, and the mats are all tradable, and you get the juicer mats. Okay. It's a lot. It's really, really good, especially for those of you that don't have many characters and aren't rotating a bunch of guardians on all of your alts. If you're someone that likes to have minimal characters, this is great for you because you get extra materials even though you only have one character. It's really, really nice.
Y da muchos materiales por lo que puedo ver. ¿Vieron la cajita que se veían ahí?
The next thing that we are missing is our Abyss Trials. Many of you guys know that we have Abyss Dungeons, and you've done these before on your characters.
Me encantan.
However, there's something called an Abyss Trial, and this is the juice. It is rotating every 2 weeks. Oh, it's every 4 weeks now. I thought it was every 2. Whatever. This you do
cambia cada mes, cambia cada 4 semanas.
And you get materials that you can transfer to all of your characters.
What?
It's
Mira esa
all
clase,
roster
loco.
bound.
No, espérate. Dale para atrás. ¿Usted está viendo esa clase que tiene una lanza? Nosotros necesitamos esa clase, loco.
One character.
Mira esa lanza.
And you get materials.
What?
That you can transfer to all of your characters. It's all roster bound. And the best part about this is you can choose if you want tier 1 mats, tier 2 mats, or tier 3 mats. And you go back and you do an older dungeon on normalized item level, so you can revisit some of the ones that you did in the past for fun. And you get crazy amounts of mats and categorized card packs. So if you're really trying to target Solus or a specific card, This will help you in your card journey. Also a great way to potentially earn legendary cards. Insane source of materials that we're currently missing in our version that should be there. The next thing that we're missing is the PvP vendor.
También.
Where is the PvP vendor, man? I mean, I want to do PvP and get rewarded for it on my stream. It's fun.
Literalmente.
I mean, there ain't no PvP vendor. I mean, look at it,
Especialmente
man.
yo que hago mucho, bueno, no hago mucho y es por eso, porque como él dice, no te reguardian por tu PvP. So necesitamos eso, que cuando tú eches PvP te den moneditas que tú puedas cambiar por objetos del juego. Necesitamos eso.
All this juice that we're missing, and it's even the Korean version.
Él está hablando mucho cuando el juego apenas tiene un mes. No, pero o sea, él no está hablando como de una manera quejándose, él no se está quejando. Él está dándonos a nosotros, los de aquí, que no sabemos que esas cosas existen, nos está dando la información para que sepamos.
Actually gives you a potential way to earn more juice. You get PvP tokens every week. It's all roster bound, so you can trade them around, and you're getting big juice. Huge mats that we're missing each and every week. Now with Volton, even Volton following shortly after Argos, we also have the bridge, and the bridge is one of the best sources for materials.
Coño, pero hay de todo, loco, ¿oíste?
Potentially in all of Lost
¡Ay, Wanda!
When we get Volton,
exactamente, Joe.
South Vern unlocks, and with South Vern, I expect to earn the bridge, depending on the version you're playing on. And this thing gives so many mats. Okay, it's like a buffed version of a tower, but you don't have to do each floor individually. You simply can just do the latest floor, or the most difficult one, and claim all of the materials.
Wow, esto es mucho mejor que la torre. Ustedes saben que la torre da mucho material y da cositas que te gustan, pero es jodido porque tú tienes que avanzar piso por piso. Terminas un piso, el otro. Pero según él dice, el puente, ejemplo, si tú no has hecho el piso 1, pero tú haces el 25, a ti te dan todo lo del piso 24, 23, 22, 21, hasta el 1. O sea, te dan todas esas recompensas.
Previous to this, you get a ton of silver. You even get sellable legendary engraving books that are worth a ton of gold.
Mucho.
And
como 10,000 de oro lo venden eso engraving.
It doesn't end there though. Lost Ark does a lot to help you progress your characters. With Cuckoo, when we get Cuckoo, let's start coming into the game later, and you want to get into some of the raiding content. We have Cuckoo Satan, one of my favorite raids in April. There is a rehearsal vendor. This vendor, rehearsal, is a much normalized, easier version of those raids to help players get their feet wet with some of the mechanics. When you complete those raids, whether on the actual regular difficulty or the easy difficulty, for those two specific raids, because they're rather challenging, you get a token.
Okay.
LFR, it's not like LFR. You know why it's not like LFR? Because it's way harder than LFR. You will still be in there for hours. It's not dumbed down, but it is easier. I thought, oh, I did the rehearsal version, man. I'm ready for the actual raid. I got pooped on because I thought the rehearsal version would be easier because I was there for 8 hours doing it blind. That was a mistake. But that vendor gives you insane materials, millions of silver, weapon crystals, shard bags, leap stones.
That shit look juicy, bro.
It's insane.
Oye, el cerca mío va a sacar 3 millones por golpe.
Earn a sellable
por golpe normal,
for gold. Get that grudge book. Easy 15, 20,000 gold to your character. Same thing here for the other raids. Card packs. Guaranteed legendaries. Guaranteed.
Lo que más se me hace raro es que no esté la lanza o pica de guerra, como le dicen. Es una arma que le gusta mucho a la gente y es muy versátil y también le hace mucho daño. Esa no era la que tenía el personaje que yo acabo de mostrar ahorita. Bueno, que lo acabo de mostrar.
Boom. Right? This is also an insane source of materials. There's one more thing that I want to show you guys because I'm running out of breath and there's so much content that I know you're probably overwhelmed.
What the fuck?
And I don't blame you for being overwhelmed. But there's also another source of materials that you can earn, and that's going to be from when probably Volton comes out. So I'm assuming this is just my plan.
Okay.
Or my thought process. I'm assuming that with either Argos or Volton, we will get potentially one of these vendors, I should say.
Uy, mira cómo se ven esos anillos.
Or updates.
Sabroso.
or one of these changes will either happen with Argos or Vulcan. I think some of the stuff will come with Vulcan. I do think there will be some type of release with Argos as well to circumvent some of the missing mats. Because even if, you guys, they buff the upgrade rates, the mats just don't exist, I feel like, currently.
Literal.
The mats, as a player that's farming...
Es verdad lo que él dice. Incluso si aumentan el chance de que los equipos mejoren, ahora mismo en Tier 3, yo que subí recientemente y me acabo de dar cuenta, es que no hay muchos lugares donde conseguir materiales. Mira, haces el Chaos Dungeon, haces el Guardian Raid, haces el Abyss Dungeon, que es una vez semanal, y ya no tienes más nada, loco. O sea, literalmente ya no puedes subir. Estás detrás de una puerta invisible diaria. So, todo ese contenido donde tú puedes conseguir materiales es apreciado, loco. ¿Qué es lo que, Ángel? ¿Cómo estás, mi loco?
The last thing is going to be South Vern, which unlocks with the Legion raids. This could be something that will help you, especially when you have one character in Lost Ark. That's why I said there was this video that Fox came out saying where if you have one character, you won't really get anywhere. And although I do understand where he's coming from and he is a knowledgeable player and he understands the game, I don't really agree. I think your first character gets sauced up really hard because there are so many legacy one-time reward systems in the game that come out that help you a lot with your first character. And that first character will then help you with your other characters. South Vern Chaos Dungeon being one of them. South Vern is a dungeon that you will do. You simply go in here. It's a weekly thing. You can go in here and gather some materials. You get these spheres. You can choose different difficulties. And this vendor gives...
Oye, me encanta, chat, que hay mucho contenido, pero tú no te vas a sentir abrumado, ya que muchos de estos contenidos son semanales. Lo que quiere decir que tú lo haces una vez a la semana y no tienes que estar preocupándote que, que mañana tengo que hacer 10 dungeons nuevamente. Luego mañana también. No, lo haces una vez a la semana, el día que tú quieras, y estás perfecto. Me encanta.
So many mats. You take the quest, you get entry tickets, and this vendor in particular gives you, I mean, I've already used it up, right? Weapon crystals, citrine bags, upgrade mats, citrine honor stones, millions of silver, and it has just runes as well, weapon crystals, bags, just bags of materials, cards. It gives you lots of stuff, okay? Card experience, lots of stuff. So, my personal plan is to, I think this is most likely, and what I would do right now is, for me, as someone that makes videos, of course I want to get to Argos soon, but there's nothing really happening at Argos. There's no reason to do Argos early. Some people will try to sell some accessories and get some gold early, but in my opinion, it's more likely that I would just ride the wave of buffs and releases that the game plans to give you, and what will happen, we will get these things, whether it be really soon or with Vulcan.
Déjame ver esto. Él hizo una mecánica ahí.
Ride the wave of buffs and releases that the game plans to give you, and what will happen, we will get these things, whether it be really soon or with Vulcan. I would use these to get there at a much more cost-effective price, and I would save all of my gold and sell my materials so that I could afford artifact grade axe, accessories, right? You want to, these accessories are the most important thing in the game, okay? Because these are the ones that you keep for a long time. However, I would not sell any of my materials, and I would hoard all of my materials and wait for them to give us a roadmap to see if any of these things are coming, right? Wait for the roadmap.
Okay.
This for me is the most important thing.
So, básicamente le está diciendo que no gastes tus materiales ni tu oro, que te aguantes hasta que nos den un roadmap que nos dirá si ese contenido que él está mostrando va a salir. Así tienes una razón para seguir subiendo de item level.
Because if we get all these extra sources of materials, then you don't need those materials, or maybe you could opt to sell them or just keep them and use those as well to even go further to get to Vulcan. See what's...
Loco, me gusta el pepe que él tiene ahí en la cámara.
Coming before you sell or get rid of any of your materials.
No sale salir al mar, buscar música y hacer una bachata mamalona.
What I expect to happen, someone's saying Relic in my chat, the names are different. I'm pretty sure on this region. Let me hold on.
Artifact.
Oh, that's not my fault.
Eso es lo que va después del legendario.
Why is the game? It's not my fault, man. The localization in Lost Ark sucks. It's terrible. Okay, anyway, artifact, relic, the dark orange ones, whatever it is, save for those because those are the ones that you're going to be keeping for quite some time, and there's really no rush to get to Argos as the
En
gold
inglés
is
es
rare
really.
and it's
Y ellos le
guaranteed
ponen
class accessories to
artifact.
drop, meaning I don't think the value will be as high. But anyway, you're free to do whatever you want. This is just my opinion, my experience, what I've learned from playing the game for as long as I have. I hope you found this video helpful, useful, or informative. If you have any questions, you can find me somewhere here on the screen at my live stream, and I'd be more than willing to answer them. Thank you so much for your time, and I will see you all in the next one. Bada bing, bada boom.
¿Qué? ¿Qué?
Bada bing, bada boom.
Bada bing, bada boom. ¿Qué manera de